Hi there. I recently made a video on my Black Bear fire and I was impressed to see that it's had 200 views in about a month. And I found a fantastic upgrade and I thought immediately, I must share that with the world because the world will be happy. So the upgrade involves this tile placed in the top box, which creates an area of low pressure here as the air rushes through under the gap and reflects heat back up onto the cooking plate. This is the tile. It's just a tile that I've bought at some yard sale or boot sale at some point, you know, just a thick terracotta tile. And that's after one firing. Now before that I'd take a temperature gauge and I'd go on the top and it would be about 140. After the modification I was getting at least 80 degrees more. I could see heat rising up off the top of the fire. And the other thing is about the fire, I've kept it separate apart so I can take it apart, and I've just connected it together or fitted it together with mineral wool. So I'll take some mineral wool and I'll lay it out and seal and make it airtight, but that means that you don't get the heat transference from this plate, the body, to this plate, to this plate. It is not conducted thermically, or it's not thermically, it's not conductive, as obviously the fiberglass is a barrier to that. So it's only by convection that this gets hot. So what I'm going to do at some point is I'm going to cement it, but I'm going to leave this plate, so this plate's separate than this top box. For people who aren't familiar with it, I can't see what I'm looking at, so oops. I'm going to leave that as it is with fiberglass. These are all connected with fiberglass as well, so that it's easy to take apart and put back together. Basically, that's the idea, right? Otherwise, you would just cement it. If it's fixed, you're just going to cement it and leave it. It's pure convenience and a compromise. It's better to be cemented for a whole thermic mass, but it's more convenient. Voila. But I'm going to leave that temporary, but I'm going to cement this joint so that if I wanted to take the fire apart again for any reason, I'd have to lift off this with this, and the thermic connection between the two with the cement, fire cement, will get more heat conducted into that, so that will be hotter. This door, I've improved it slightly by fitting a flat copper. I took some copper wire, solid copper wire, beat it flat into a round shape and beat it flat with a hammer, and it's now in there, and it creates a nice joint for freer movement. Let's pause this a minute. Yeah, you can see the gasket. You see that's the copper in there. I've also put back the you can see how clean that's burnt, the clean burn in there. It all looks very clean, right? Not sooted up. I've put back the transversal front pipe, and I haven't lit it yet with that in. I've been running it all last week when I had the cold snap in Europe. Not as cold as in America. If you're watching in America, it's like north of Chicago, minus 25. Here in Scotland, minus 17. France, minus 5. But the fire did really well in minus 5 weather, because this house would get down to about 8 degrees if it wasn't heated. It's open. I've just put a blanket over that. I'm going to put a patio door there eventually, some type of sliding door, but I had to close that off. And the room, this area gets, even with as it opened, still it's not very well shut up there. I get to 20 degrees, and the thing about this, nice about this fire, you load it. It takes if you've got good wood, if you've got wood that's seasoned and decent size, it will have a long burn time. It gives it a lot of heat for the duration of that time, and it's got such a big surface area at the side that it does throw off a lot. You get a lot of heat off it. But now with this top plate done, with this improvement, then this is actually, that top plate there is going to be worth using, because to be honest, it wasn't getting hot enough. These are kind of like bricks that you can put in your bed, right, in the old days. Do warm your bed up. If I put pause it a minute. Another thing that I did is change the flue outlet to the back. So what I'm going to do is, to hold this in place and to stop it slipping forward, like so, I'm just going to put a couple of dabs of fire cement there to stop that happening. I also added more insulation in the top. So, okay, this is connected now, right? So, but essentially you've got 4 bolts to fix that, and then you'd have 4 bolts to fix. You could double fix it. I don't bother. You don't need to. I was going to show you something, but with the chimney connected, I don't think I will, but I've used a layer of vermiculite, perlite, same thing, sort of under the blanket, right? If you have got it cracked, you can repair it like that, tin foil and this kind of stuff, fire cement. You're like, we can't see that, Jim, it's too far away. So yeah, I think that's covered everything really, but it is a massive improvement, a massive improvement. This lug here is what it rests on, right? So that's, or rather its brother that side. There you go, that's it. And the gas is obviously going to stratify as well, so the hotter gas is going to rise and stay up here, reflect, cool, come down into the low pressure area where the air's moving faster as it's a smaller gap, and come through and exit. So it's just try it, check it out, get if you've got one of these fires yourself. I knew there was something else. Check this out. Hi guys. Hey. Now, she's not the mother of these two. But you think she was, right? But I have to say, bad news, Bandy, their mother, has run away, and she's been gone for 2 days. And I fear, I don't know, I fear the worst. Well, you know, I just do. So, this window's nice, double glazed second-hand window that came without a handle, so I used a screwdriver to open it. I had to cut back the stone by about 1 inch each side because this window is 1 inch wider. It's 2 inches wider in fact, and a bit higher than the window it replaced. So it was a right bitch of a job. All that stonework. It used to go back at an angle like that and finish about there, and all this is cut back. And without a torch, you can't see it so much, but the thing about DIY is a lot of people, they'll start it and then they never finish it. And what I'm finding in this house is that I've got so much stuff